Jones, Lisa, Merrill Price, and Kayla are providing technical assistance. And thank you to Dawn Latta for being our greeter today. Please be aware we are recording this service and it will be posted on our YouTube page, but for privacy, we do not record or post joys and concerns. Here at the Maumee Valley Unitarian Universalist congregation, our goal is to provide a welcoming space for people to come together to experience religious freedom, find a community, grow spiritually, and explore ways to make a difference in the lives of others. We draw on a wide variety of resources to provide stimulating and meaningful Sunday services. We encourage you to attend several services to gain a good understanding of who we are. For further news, please remember to read our weekly email newsletter, which provides comprehensive information about everything going on at MVUUC. Visitors, if you would like to start receiving our weekly email newsletter, please make sure to fill out one of the blue cards found in the seat back pockets and put the card in the box on the greeters table, which is in the front entryway. So please take a minute to greet your neighbors.
May this flame, symbol of transformation since time began, fire our curiosity, strengthen our wills, and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us.
So now is the time for the sharing of joys and concerns. Tina, if you could please pause the recording at this time. Thank you. At MVUC, and now it's time for our first musical selection, hymn number 118. This Little Light of Mine. It's 118 in your green hymnal, but what we're going to do today is we're going to play the hymn from a video, and we're going to sing along from the hymnal, if that is cool for everyone. So please stand as you are willing and able.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
the 4th to 5th century AD classical Indian poet Kalidasa. Look to this day, for it is life, the very breath of life. In its brief course lie all the realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday was only a dream, and tomorrow is but a vision. But today, well lived, makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. To better understand my experience of Unitarian Universalism, I've been looking at my values and beliefs, how they align with those of UU, and what early formative experiences led to my values and beliefs. The project is titled Once Everything's New. This piece is called Transformation and offers experiences highlighting the UU values of transformation, interdependence, and love. It's 1961. I'm 13 when the assault of my body's chemistry begins. I'm pickled in a hormonal bath that mounts a sometimes overwhelming demand for physical, mind-bending, heart-wrenching sensation, the profane. Outside the effects of the hormonal bath, there's the sacred, an intellectual and heart-driven search for something more. Bizarrely, in some cosmic trick of the universe, at this age, it's easy to confuse the two. Max and Dick are friends of the family. Max is a dear friend of my mother. Dick is her husband. They are Aunt Max and Uncle Dick, who live in Greenwich Village. Uncle Dick is a radio executive. He looks like an accountant and is one of the funniest human beings on the planet. Naturally funny. He walks into a room and enters the conversation. Within minutes, people are laughing so hard they're holding their sides. They never see it coming. His delivery is gentle. His humor is scalpel sharp, intelligent, occasionally suggestive, never X-rated. He and Aunt Max traveled in rarefied circles in New York City, lots of parties with celebrities. One Sunday when they're visiting us, she tells me that when there are comedians at a party, they often play a game. Two people pair off. Each tells a joke or story, and the player with the best response, the most laughs, wins $20. They keep going back and forth, joke after joke, sometimes for up to an hour. At a party they were at the previous week, Uncle Dick was paired with Phyllis Diller, a nationally well-known comedian at the time. He came home with over $100 in fees. Aunt Max is a wonder, outgoing, socially adept, and beautiful in a sophisticated, immaculately made-up and coiffed manner. She's loving and demonstrative. She believes life is for living, experiencing, and everyone at every age is entitled to as much life as they can lead. She believes there should be few, if any, filters between a person and life, even for a 13-year-old person. That fall, I'm allowed to visit Aunt Max and Uncle Dick in Greenwich Village for an extended weekend, Thursday through Monday. It's my first visit. Dad sees me off at the train early on Thursday morning. I have their address. When I get to Grand Central Station, I'm to get a cab and go directly there. Clicker. Oh, okay, okay, so I'm to go directly there. I arrive at their building in the West Village. Inside, there's a uniformed doorman, all brocade, epaulets, and military-style cap. I'm not quite sure what to do in this situation. I've entered a different reality. He takes charge, welcomes me, asks who I wish to see, and then announces me. I take the elevator to their floor. The apartment has 2 bedrooms and 2 baths, with a small kitchen and a huge living room with a 20-foot ceiling. It's made for entertaining and perfect for a childless, socially active couple in 1961 New York. I settle in at the apartment. My uncle is at work. Aunt Max feeds me a sparse lunch and tells me to save my appetite because we're going out. Do you smoke? She says. I do, but my parents don't know. I take a leap of faith and say, yes. Do your parents know? No. That's okay. You're here now. This is just between us. She hands me a pack of cigarettes. Keep these. Let me know if you run out. As I light up, I decide I'm going to like this new reality. That night, we go to a dimly lit restaurant with a small combo playing in the corner. I can order whatever I want. She suggests the steak and lobster dinner, which I get. I talk with both my aunt and uncle, but she's clearly running the show. I feast, followed by coffee, my first time, and delicate cookies of a delicious but unknown variety. Next, she says, we're going to a nightclub. Have you ever been to a nightclub? No. I have a dictionary-style definition of a nightclub. I've seen a movie and TV version, but I'm not sure what to expect. You'll like it. There's a floor show, and your uncle backs a table next to the stage. It's not raised, so the performers will be right next to us. That night, the term like captures new meaning for me. A good part of the floor show consists of gorgeous, spectacularly proportioned females specifically designed to torment a hormone-soaked adolescent. Each woman's entire costume is probably made up of less than a square foot of sheer material. They dance so close to our table that I could reach out and touch them. After the first performance, we're staying for the second show, Aunt Max asks, do you like rum? I'm bewildered. Aren't there laws? Bewildered, but not dumb. Never having tasted it, I still want to say, I love rum, but decide on caution. I've never had it, but I'd like to try. Great, she says. Through some magic, a ceramic, stylized container shaped like a coconut appears in front of me, complete with an umbrella and a small straw. I sip. It's a fruity taste with a sharp bite. After 2 drinks and another floor show, I'm back in my bed at the apartment, relaxed and happy. My time there proceeds like that on Friday and Saturday nights. Sunday morning, my uncle has to go out to cover a crisis alert. After breakfast, my aunt tells me a friend of theirs, John, is coming over about 11. John's had a bad time recently, she says. He needs people. He needs to be near people. Have contact. What happened? I say. About 2 weeks ago, his wife died. I did not expect this. I'm shaken. I try to get something out. That's terrible. He found it at home. I can't think. Don't know what to think about that. Stare at the floor. My body responds by momentarily forgetting how to communicate. I open my mouth, can't speak. When he gets here, I want you to sit and talk. Just sit across from him and talk. I think it will do him good. He needs something to do him good. We'll go with him. I'm afraid to do this. I don't know how to do this. I look up at her, into her hazel eyes. I see the care, the concern in her eyes, and that she believes I can, that I should do this. I also see her commitment that this is a part of life, and that means it will be all right no matter how hard it is. Okay, I whisper. Good, she says. When he gets here, I'll introduce you, then say I have something to do in the other room. An hour later, John arrives. He's a little overweight, with delicate features and wisps of dark blonde hair on a bald head. He's in his 30s and well-dressed in a subdued gray houndstooth blazer, a light blue Oxford button-down shirt, and a dark blue tie. He stalks introduces me, then sits him in a comfortable chair that's placed near a wall with another chair facing. After my aunt leaves, for some reason, I move towards the edge of my chair, closer to John, leaning towards him. I don't know what I'll say. I'm tense, afraid, still in shock at what happened in this life. But I'm going to do this. For the next hour, we sit there. I remember looking at him and saying, my aunt told me what happened. Then he starts to talk. He tells me about his wife, about what they had to be, what he misses. As he talks, I say very listen. My tension dissolves. Something happens to my heart as I listen. It relaxes, opens, merges with his emotion. He describes how he found her that day, and his pain races across me, becomes fresh pain, my pain. He starts to cry, and I take his hand. We sit that way for a long time, silent. He looks up and smiles at me, just as my aunt comes back into the room. When John leaves, I'm different, changed. The self which guides me through daily life is somehow different. I feel it and sense that it's a natural process. I've passed through a door side by side with John and entered a new version of the universe. When John leaves, he goes out of my life forever, but I'll never forget it. I'll always remember what happened in that hour, always feel what happened in that hour, the instinctive naturalness of it, connecting with another, person to person, sharing their pain by mostly listening, living with them for a while within the deep silence that underlies everything. Aunt Max believes we must experience all of life, all of us. The other side of the aunt-uncle equation, Uncle Dick, captivates me. He's a radio executive near the top of the corporate structure. He makes a lot of money in a business rife with corruption. It keeps his integrity. During one of my visits, he comes home from work and goes straight to their bedroom and stays there, unusual for him. What's the matter? I asked my aunt. He had a bad day. What happened? She pauses, thinking, looks toward the bedroom, and decides. I'll tell you, but not a word to him, to anybody, okay? Sure. Some people approach me, have been at me to do something dishonest at work. I won't say what it is, but they offered him $50,000 to do it. He won't do it. He told me no. I realize that in a business not known for high moral code, he's kept faith with himself, with who he is. He also makes good use of his gift of humor. He can't draw, but has a friend who's a talented cartoonist. At the time, magazines such as Life, Look, and the Saturday Evening Post ruled the print media. He works with his friend to create some of the cartoons those magazines publish. He comes up with a gag line and a description of the art to go with it, sometimes 3 or 4 gag lines a day, and his friend draws the cartoons and submits them. They regularly sell their work. He also writes comedy material for performers. His business card reads, Charles W. Parker, VSM, with VSM defined as very special material, which is printed next to a small piece of red velour fastened to the card. In the 60s, I stay up each night to watch The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. In the mid-60s, I watch one night as Rudy Valley, a famous crooner from the 1920s and later a well-known actor, owns Carson in the audience with the stories he tells. Finally, Carson, who literally has tears in his eyes from laughing, says, Rudy, where did you get your material? I get my stuff from a guy named Charlie Parker, Rudy says. That's my own. Max loves Dick, but he absolutely adores her. Time passes, and in the late 60s, I lose track. Years later, I learn what happened. He made a lot of money in radio. They lived a life of plenty, and a social life that brought them constantly into contact with top entertainers in the corporate elite of show business. Then, hard times. He lost his job and couldn't get another. Soon after, Max got sick, life-threatening sick. He spent every penny they had trying to save her. Her health continued to decline. Their lives spiraled down. Their love, their bond, did not. Eventually, they moved to Florida and lived in a trailer park. He supported them by working as a security guard. In material terms, you could say they did buy. Then she died. Soon after, he followed. Life presented them with challenges, changes they couldn't have foreseen. Of the many ways that could have responded, he responded by transforming himself into a willing warrior for Max, regardless of the material circumstances. He responded by growing in his commitment. He transformed himself into who he needed to be. And if that was a security guard living in a trailer, then so be it. All driven by love, his connection to Max. When I think of the transformation I experienced with John, and the transformation Dick went through, I see the same process. I grew as a person, and so did he. I believe that his response to Max's health crisis, amid their loss of resources, his transformation is something that can lead to great spiritual growth. They were two dear people living a life together, loving each other through all of it, the ups, the downs, and the in, especially the end. What I saw in my aunt's eyes the day I met John spoke to me of that. Live all of life, try to accept all of life, each change in circumstances, and work within love to transform into who you need to be to stay connected with others. Max and Dick had a type of faith in what is, and in whatever may come, that I was fortunate to glimpse. The sacred and the profane, lust and love, many kinds of love, pain and joy, were each allotted a share to live through. Yet, even at 13, I'm learning that in this web of existence, within these strands of interdependent actions among beings, human beings, it's all sacred. Life is sacred, and at its base is that sustaining force that upholds it all. That place where, at the deepest level, we can meet each other, touch the mystery and wonder together, and go beyond, transformed, to live the values of transformation, interdependence, and love. I'll close with a video of Gregg performing his song, Prayers for You.
These are my prayers. These are the things I wish for you. May you be strong and happy whatever you do. May your heart travel light on a long journey's night. May your circle of friends keep you warm. May your mind be at ease when you're down on your knees, when your ship needs a port in the storm. May you find answers to each of my prayers for you. These things I ask, These are the gifts I cannot give. May your love keep you young for as long as you live. May your dreams find a place in the garden of grace. May they grow where you planted the seed. May your faith be a flame that won't die in the rain. May you never want more than you need. May you find answers to each of my prayers for you. May your heart shine a light on a long day's night. May your circle of friends keep you warm. May your mind be at ease when you're down on your knees. When your ship needs a port in the storm. May you find answers to each of my prayers for you. These are my regrets. These are the things I wish for you.
Let's give Gregg a round. Now let us pause to honor the silences of the world as we enter a brief time of quiet reflection and meditation. I'll ring the bowl once to start, and then we'll just sit in silence for a minute, and I'll ring the bowl to bring us back. Now, let us sing together hymn number 16 in our great hymnals. This is Simple Gifts. And we will have video accompaniment again, but we will follow the lyrics in the hymnal. So, number 16. Do we not have this? Oh, okay. I guess we will skip the hymn. We can have it playing in our minds as we do our offertory. Now let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this church, which is so important to so many of us. We gratefully dedicate this offering to the good of the church, the wider community, and the world. If you make automatic pledge payments, please place one of the yellow cards indicating the support in the basket. And if you want today's contribution to count toward your annual pledge, please put it in an envelope with your name on it so we know who to credit it to. Thank you. and I had a little discussion, and I think we're going to sing Simple Gifts. So everybody open your hymnal to number 16, hymn number 16. You want to just play the melody for us, Sophia? Sure. Yeah, great. So can you play our first note for us? It's just middle C. Okay. And I'll hold the book open for you. Yeah, please stand if you're willing and able. 1 and 2. Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is king, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn, we are delight, till by turning we come round right. Good. Thank you very much, Sophia.
Emily Dickinson loved nature and often wrote about it. This is one of her poems called A Service of Song. Some keep the Sabbath going to church. I keep it staying home, with a bobolink for a chorister and orchard for a dome. Some keep the Sabbath in surplice. I just wear my wings, and instead of tolling the bell for church, our little sexton sings. God preaches, a noted clergyman, and the sermon is never long. So instead of getting to heaven at last, I'm going all along.
Please join me in reading the words provided as we extinguish the chalice. As we extinguish this chalice flame, may the warmth of its light remain within us, guiding our steps and our hearts. Let us carry forward the strength of this community, the courage to speak truth, and the hope that transformation is possible. In each breath we take, may we remember that the work of love, justice, and healing is ours to continue, both here and beyond these walls. Go in peace, with the light of this gathering to illuminate your way. Before our closing song, we have some time for a few brief announcements. I have a few, but if you also have some, please let's line up Joys and Concerns style. So you can come to the podium to make your announcement. So I have three. The first one is that our pledge campaign is underway and is ongoing, and we have this little humble display over here on the wall showing where we're at in terms of our fundraising through the pledge campaign. And based on my count this morning, our current total is $21,800. So that's very exciting. Yes. And if you're wondering what that image is on the poster, so we've got like $10,000 markers there. It's our pig jet, or our jet pig. Jet pig! So the idea is that we're going to help lift our jet pig higher and higher and higher as we go up and up and up in our fundraising. So if you haven't gotten a pledge packet, please get one on the front reading table. They are also being distributed electronically through email. And we are also distributing these giving guides, which can help you decide how much you want to give, what level you want to give. And remember that pledges are due by April 6th. So thank you in advance. Two more additional quick announcements. Intersectional Reading Group is starting on the evening of April 8th. So look for information in the newsletter about that. We're reading a book called We Are Not Broken. And then finally, the Building Beloved Community Beyond the Binary, the BBCBB conference. We are going to be live streaming that here on Saturday, April 26th, which is also the same day as our blood drive, yes. But we are going to try to make it work. We're just live streaming the programming from the conference in Syracuse, New York. And we're going to be offering a keynote address as well as a number of workshops. And this conference is all about building community among folks from many different communities, the cisgender, the transgender, the LGBTQ, the straight community. And so if you want to learn more about this, or if you want to build your allyship, this would be a great way to do that. There's information about this in the newsletter. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Sue. We're going to meet after service about the memorial. Oh, no, we're done with that. No, we're going to meet after service today to start writing letters to those people, cards to those people who are on our rolls but that we haven't seen for a while. So if you'd like to join us in doing that, we would really appreciate the help. And that's about all I have to say.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Colleen from the Fellowship Committee, and we wanted to invite you to our next fellowship event. It's next Sunday, April 6th, a little bit after service, maybe 1 o'clock-ish. We're going to meet up at Brewing Green in Bowling Green. It's a little local brewery, and there's a pizza business right there too. So about 1 o'clock, just show up. Brewing Green, that's next Sunday, April 6th. And we can all celebrate that we turned in our pledge forms.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Never mind. So I'm Tina. I am the person behind the computer, but also in charge of heading the committee of SSC, Sunday Service Committee. We have a meeting coming up this week, and I just wanted to put out there if anyone is interested in joining the group. We are the ones who plan and execute the different services and decide on topics and invite guest speakers. But I also wanted to point out that, as Gregg did here today, and as some of us have done in the past, a lot of our services are inspired by our own stories, and I'm a firm believer, and everyone has a story to tell, and everyone their story has value. If you are someone who feels like you have a story that ties in with you values, and you think it might be a good topic for a future service, just let me know here in person, or email me at news@nbuc.org.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Lisa, and I just wanted to remind everyone, as Megan was kind enough to do, that we are having a blood drive coming up on April 26th. It is going to be in conjunction with the other event. We'll make it work because we're UUs, and that's how we do. But because of that, I have fewer volunteers. Some of my volunteers will be busy doing this other thing. So this is a perfect time if you kind of want to help out with the blood drive. I could use a volunteer or two. I will also need food because a couple of people who normally have food for us is going to be out of town, and they're not. So I need food. I need donors. Always need donors. Please, please, please tell everyone you know. And thanks in advance for helping us do this wonderful thing to help other people.
everyone in person to, well, yeah, you're all in person, so we invite all of you to stay for coffee hour, so thank you for joining us. Our closing hymn will be hymn 169 in your hymnal, We Shall Overcome. You can use your hymnal for the words, or they will also appear in the video on the screen. Please stand as you are willing and able.
So this is a training that references the 5 different vendors. So not necessarily, okay. So the 5 different vendors is the name of music. That's one of my favorite ones. And so 5 different vendors that have techniques. And this sign is kind of like the yin yang sign. So it's it's kind of a reference to things like of Buddhism running the party. So the yin yang is kind of an idea where we have to balance both peace and non-peace, so violence and non-violence.